We're back, guys. We're back, and yes, the filters are working beautifully today. Absolute nothing
Not a
but
filter.
sense kicking around right now. If you're brand new to the channel, please smash that subscribe button. I don't always look like this. Special occasion, not really. We just thought we'd do it for fun because we
Yeah,
can.
it normally looks a little bit worse.
Yeah, normally it's the best. It's the best I've looked in ages. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
Thumbs up, subscribe, all that fun stuff. Do what you need to do, and even put a reaction in there. Poop emojis in the comments will help with engagement. So get after it, guys. Get them out there. Speaking of poop, Rambam's here. Hello, mate. How are you, brother? What's going on, man? What's happening?
I'm doing all right. You know, just dicking around.
We do what we do best, man. We got our boy Grid here. Have a look at the beardy boy. Come on, mate. I'm being real serious now, mate. Let's go, mate. It's great to see you. How you doing, brother? You been good?
Hey, good to be back. And I got like an actual, like, I can sit down. We're going to be here for a minute, so it's good to be back.
Mate, it's good to have you back. It really is. And, of course, we got the flexer himself, TJ, up and about. How are you, brother? You good?
I'm a little stiff from Ram, and then feeling a little just stuck up from you. I don't know. It's one of those days.
Stiff from Ram?
Oh, constipated?
Yeah, dude, a little bit. It's just a little.
Need a berry to loosen that up?
No, we don't. All right, moving right along. Let's go, guys.
Move it right along.
All right, we need your opinions, of course. We had our boy Crumb do a stream yesterday, and of course we got the new imminent TB coming next week. So we just got obviously just a little bit of just background footage kicking around here at the moment, fellas. But Grid, your initial reactions, mate. I haven't spoken to you about the new TB yet since it was announced. Your overall thoughts, mate. This is something that not a lot of people are going to even be able to play.
Initial reactions?
Yes.
Look, this thing is like, okay, look, I thought this could have been so much more fun. I think it could have been, I don't know, playable content.
Yep.
The fact that they slapped on a Relic 5 minimum requirement is just ridiculous. Like, who the hell's even playing this? Like, phases 5 and 6 have a Relic 9 minimum requirement. I can't even play them.
Yeah.
I don't have a single Relic 9. It's just, I think it's beyond ridiculous. I think it could have been really cool. I think it could have been really fun. I don't know who this is for, but a strong, I would venture a guess of about 80 odd percent of players or more wouldn't even really be able to engage with this. Like flat out, like can't. Then there's going to be like a chunk of people who like can. Once again, it's going to abolish a whole bunch of freaking guilds are just going to blow up because people need to go play the new TB. It's going to be super stressful. Like, I'm not looking forward to it at all.
No,
like,
fair enough, mate. No, fair enough. Absolutely. And there's a lot of sentiment out there, the same. I mean, you're not the only one. A lot of people are thinking the same thing. Ram, your thoughts, mate, when you saw all the announcements? I think you were actually watching this Crumb stream when it was on. I was at work at the time, so I couldn't catch it. But mate, your thoughts, because I know that you were watching the stream as he was showcasing it live.
Yeah. I mean, design-wise, I thought the design of it looked beautiful. I like the interactiveness of it.
Mm-hmm.
But like Grid said, a lot of people can't play with it. I mean, my guild is sub 400, and yes, the minimum is 200 mil. But a Relic 5 requirement like that nerfs a lot of my teams. Geos, for instance, I don't have all Relic 5 Geos, so can't use them.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And again, yeah, it's gonna nerf a lot of guilds. There's gonna be obviously the big guilds, the top 5, those are gonna be fine because they're already there, right? But all the mid-tier guilds, they're gonna have a lot of shuffling players, and there's gonna be a lot of guilds that are gonna have some issues here come soon. My guild actually has to have a nice little talk about it and figure out what we want to do. Because
well, I want to ask you, because you mentioned guilds, and I want to talk about guilds in a minute. I want to come round back to this, but your guild, do you think at the stage that you're at in your size guild, 400 mil, is there going to be some pretty strict requirements going forward on what people are going to need to participate in this, or are you just going to go, you know what, we're just going to do the best we can with it? Like, what's the attitude at your level? How do you think it's going to play out strategically?
I think for us, we're just gonna we're gonna use this first couple months just to kind of mess around and see how far we can even possibly get.
Mm-hmm.
because there's no sense in setting a hard, strict requirement right now. And then, I mean, we're not expecting to get past phase 3 at the maximum most. And even then, that's going to be difficult because that's a Relic 7 requirement minimum.
Yeah.
I don't think we're even going to get past that point. I think we're anticipating phase 1 and phase 2 and just doing like a 48-hour phase, essentially go in and preload and then go in and do the missions. And that's going to be about what we do every phase for a while. But it's definitely something that we're going to end up having to talk about and seeing, do we want to focus? Because so far we've been kind of focusing, like letting people do whatever they want and just giving guidelines towards TW and whatnot, and kind of realistically without, ignoring the team for Cam, letting you do your own thing. But I mean, this TV might change that.
Yeah. Well,
that'll be interesting.
That's the thing. I mean, is it, in your opinion, is it worth making that change from a senior level? Like, do you think it's going to be something, what, we need to be serious about this if we're going to continue to be competitive? Or you're just going to go, what, we're just going to have to make do with what we can? Like, how strict do you think you'll go from where you are now to later on, if at all,
I mean, that's going to be a guild call. Maybe they, I know, like I said, our guild has been really lax. And that's part of what drew me to it. Obviously, it's Battalion Boys and whatnot, but it drew me to it because we're really relaxed guild. I don't like being told you have to do this kind of modding, you have to work on this kind of team, but this TB kind of almost essentially forces that. So I think there's going to be a lot of either the guild moves on or certain players end up moving on.
Yeah.
At least pertaining to my guild, and I'm sure a lot of other guilds are going to have that same problem.
Yeah, it's going to be really interesting to see how that plays out. Now, TJ, you've got a more positive spin on this though. TJ has a bit more of a positive spin. We've talked about this off camera after the announcement yesterday, and you were checking it out. And again, some of the guys have been running the numbers. Obviously, for those that are unaware, I am as you can see, a very, very professional guild leader. Looking at this this filter right now, but no, I'm not professional. I just have good people around me. TJ is one of them, and we've been speaking to our officers who have basically gone from not doing much to really doing a heck of a lot of homework over the last 48 hours in preparation. But you were looking at it, TJ, and you were looking at the numbers, and you weren't as what's the word? Not as concerned as a lot of people have been up until now, jumping up and down.
No, I'm still concerned. Don't get me wrong. What I appreciated was the fact that Crumb went on Twitch to actually show some of it off, and then seeing some of the teams that he was using to able to go through and actually do the fights. It didn't seem like to the comparison, right? He was using Relic 6 teams. I'm not gonna discount Grid's point. Grid's point is 100% factual. That's not what we're looking at. But what CG does is they do this post and they say, "Here, world, here's your post," and then of course everybody goes up in flames because of what they're seeing, and they have every right to be upset. What I was happy about was hearing that if you can even get in, Chrome was saying there's a comparison to say you can basically get to 10 stars. And as long as you can get to 12 to 15 or something along that line, which should be close enough that you should be able to get that, you would do just like Ram said, which is perfect. Take a couple days per stack. So you would do a couple days for phase 1, a couple days for phase 2. As long as you can get to phase 3, based on what I've seen initially, that's what matters, right? Phase 3 is Reva. Phase 3 is what everybody needs. We need the Reva shards. So as long as you can get to there and get to that, that should get you the stars you'll need. He said, and this is Crumb's words, that's a net positive in the gear and everything that you'll make if you can get to that point, the 10 to 12 to 15 stars. That I'm okay with. The Relic 9s on 4, 5, and 6, we're not even addressing that because I don't care who you are. One of our buddies, Beast, had the numbers done. You need 99 Relic 9s to play with the top part. So it's not even a point to look at that, right? As long as I can get to phase 3, get Reva shards, I'm cool.
Yeah.
Because all the other stuff to me is irrelevant.
Yeah, it's certainly to the point where it's absolutely future proof for a long time. Like it really is. It's been made specifically for that.
That's not future proof, dude. That's game proof.
Yeah. No, that's fair. I'm probably underselling it.
Like I said, and that's what I'm saying. Whale, Kraken, free to play, all that. both sides of the fence are going to be upset about that. I just appreciated that Crum actually came on, was going to be under fire about it, to show off the fights, looking at some of the teams being used, like an EP Mara J team, right? Not with the GL. It was a regular standard EP Mara J. He used Tarkin on the team. It wasn't nothing fancy, and he was able to beat the round.
Yeah.
So at least seeing that we can use differences in the teams was nice.
Yeah. And that's fair.
I'm just saying that the standard is kind of low if, you know, the standard is that you can play the content. Just throwing that out there. Bar set real low. Hey guys, here's some content for you, and know what? You can play it.
But
and everyone's like, whoa.
Think about think about Lightside, and when they came out, everybody was up in arms thinking.
Every time I think about it.
That's what I'm saying, right? It gives you nightmares because like we thought they flipped the switch and did it in reverse because that's the CG way. So seeing that you can actually go in and play something with a relevant team is great. I'm going to take it, and it works. We'll see what happens on day one, but as long as it works, that's the bar we're at. It worked. It didn't bug out, and the mission completed.
What kills me is I'm not necessarily super upset about, and I'm not taking that away. I understand why people are upset about the relic requirements for these specific sectors, right? R9, R8. I'm with you. I understand why you're upset. What pisses me off is the relic requirements for what they now call operations, used to be called platoons. That's fucking horseshit. You want me to relic 9, let's say Ugnaught, let's say Rostico, which I already have. Let's say I don't know, a whole bunch of GLs, all this stuff, right? You want me to relic
what you're saying is Heinz's good to go. Heinz's fine.
Heinz's good to go, right?
Yeah.
All the people that have these sub goals, thank you. We love y'all because y'all been prepping us for the future, right? But that's absolute, like, let's gonna be our job. Me, Heinz, some other people. That's gonna be our jobs. We're gonna be the deployment people now, because we're just gonna go and deploy all these useless twos that we have R9, right? But ever since the first TB, it's always been if you have that tune 7-star, you can deploy it, right?
Yeah.
Now it's just get fucked if you don't have it R5, R8, R9, whatever the case is. Why? It's a cheap way to future proof it, right?
Yeah.
It's a cheap way to do that. And it's telling us, hey, spend all this money and all this gear and all these resources to relic 9 this tune, and then guess what? Don't use it for a sector.
Yeah, it's rough. It's rough.
What fun is that?
Really?
Yeah.
And I'm
Right,
just gonna throw out that it is further, like it is making an inherent problem that we still have in the game, that it's making a problem even worse, because now once again we have to go back to the fact that now territory battles requires relic 9 and relic 8 and relic 7, so on and so forth. We now have hard requirements for a new game mode, which means the only place that we can get it is Territory Wars. So we're back to Territory Wars, which is frankly just a crap show of a game mode, which is still directly tied to Grand Arena because of all of our crystals that are there and all of our other materials are there. And that is still directly tied to Datacrons, which can only get through conquest and money. So there's a whole inherent problem that we still have in the game is now dramatically worse. Like, I'm just sick of it, frankly. I'm sick of all this. It is ridiculous. It is not well thought out. It's not engaging. It's not fun. This is just a time suck, and it's stupid. The fact that this game mode is designed to get to what, phase 3?
Yeah.
Like, here's a brand new game mode. Get to phase 3 halfway through. Have fun. Like, we're not even playing the game mode. We're literally, it's designed to play half of it. Like, what is that?
Yeah.
That is not, like, I don't know. If I wish I had the confidence of the person that pitched that to whatever studio, whatever top person it was, to say, you know what, guys, We need this thing where it's going to require 99 relic 9s. Just for fun, show of hands, how many do you have? I have 0 relic 9s and I'm at like 8.6 million GP.
Yeah.
So just for fun, if you're looking at that, like realistically, a lot of people aren't even freaking playing half of this new game mode. What's the point? Future proof? Dude, we still can't beat Lightside TB. Like, it's been years. It's a freaking mobile game. Just let us play.
Yeah.
Just let us play the freaking game, dude. I'm sick of it. It's ridiculous.
It is.
It's physically impossible to max Lightside TV right now.
Oh,
But
and it
you
will
know
be
what?
for a
There's
long
not enough
time.
chip- There's not enough
But
chip
we won't
GP.
play it.
Yeah.
We'll never play it though. That's the whole point.
Yep.
Now, I always laugh at the fact that they said you can't max out Lightside TV. So when they said that, that cracked me up, and that's still to this day funny as hell that they didn't know that they couldn't do it, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So that part cracked me up, but you'll never max it, and you'll never max it because who is now going to take the time to go to Lightside GOTB? If you don't have the cam charts, I understand it, right? There's inherent value to go back. I know that the Get 3 that's coming out is going to have a whole bunch of characters and stuff like that, but nobody's going to want to go back there because you can't get the new character. That's 1 week you're out. That's 1 week you miss a shard. Nobody's going to want to do that. No one's going to vote to go back to get, oh, I want the title. Fuck your title. Sorry, beep. Who cares about the title? But who cares about the title? I want the new shard. And if you're going to go back, I'll just go somewhere else then. So nobody's going to care about that because you have to get the new character. And that new character, Reva looks, poof.
Yeah.
She's going to be, oof.
Yeah, we'll talk about Reva in a minute. We'll come back quickly about Reva.
Yeah.
But one thing I want to cover before we move on from the whole TB topic that we want to cover today is the implication on guilds themselves. And any time that we get obviously a new territory war or territory battle or GAC change, like all sorts of different changes, right?
Raid,
anything like that.
Anything raid related.
Yep. There's always the the equivalent sort of vacuum when it comes to guilds recruiting and also player retention. Because if you're a player at the moment in a mid sort of tier guild and you're high end roster, and they're out there. I used to be one of them many years ago. If people are sort of carrying their guild a bit, they're not going to want to miss out on these rewards and these characters by staying in those guilds. So what's going to be the implications? Is it going to be minor, or are there going to be big shakeups when it comes to guilds, or how's it all going to play out? I'm just curious on your opinion, boys.
I will say, from just speaking only for me personally, I truly don't care at all about this new TB. Like, if we can just start it and just purely deploy and not even play it, I'm down. Like, I have zero interest in this TB. It looks ridiculous. I was looking through the post and I was like, I need to go to school for this. Like, I need to get a degree in like swigology or something. Like, this is ridiculous. The post is like 9 pages long, double-sided, single space. Like, it's nuts. I'm like, I don't want to learn this. I don't care. This is a mobile game that I'm supposed to be playing in between, breaks at work or on the toilet or something. Like, not happening. I don't care. I don't want to learn it. It's ridiculous. It's way too much.
Yeah.
So I think it may have perhaps broken like a kind of barrier where some people might flat out just be like, you know what, guys? It's literally not worth even stressing about. Just, I guess, deploy or play a couple of matches for fun. It doesn't change anything. We're going to get absolutely demolished anyways. Like, who cares? I don't know. It may have, but I don't know for sure. But like, I don't care at all in the slightest. It's ridiculous. It is flat out. I have no interest in it. So I don't really care what happens. I just want to hang out with the guys in my guild. That's about it.
Yep. No, fair enough. Ram, your thoughts? Very similar, or anything else you want to add to that? What are your thoughts with the guilds?
No, yeah, I mean, I was kind of with the same way with Grid. I mean, I'm trying to be more positive because and I've said this before. Since the Lord Vader Cron, I've the set 4 crons, I've just been like, I've been looking for an excuse to just not play the game. I'm just like, I'm done with these datacrons. I'm done with all this stuff. And so I was like, okay, this new TV's coming out. I'm really excited. I want to see what they do. And then I saw the post. I'm like, oh, that design looks cool. This is gonna be cool. We'll see what they do. And then the post came out. I'm like, so it's just it's just the TB that we've had before, light side TB times 69 with a master's degree required for it.
Mm.
And a
Thank you.
relic
So what you're telling me is, I mean, for us, we're lucky enough to have a great community behind us that we, you know, we get paid to play this game, right? There's people that they don't have the time like we do. And when hell, I don't even have the time. I got a full-time job. And CG has made this game to be you need to play it full-time or you're going to get left behind. If you're not doing conquest at all hours, if you're not doing these raids, if you're not doing TB, TW, you're going to get left behind. Yeah. And it's just... There's a certain point that it's going to get to for everybody where how much is too much and how much are you willing to go past that point before you're just like done. And I think we're getting that point pretty soon if you're not already there.
Yeah, no, that's fair enough. TJ, your thoughts as well? Are you similar to what Ram thinks? I mean, you're going to be playing at the pointy end, so it's a bit different because you're going to be, you know, participating a lot more heavily in this.
See, but you need, so like we can look at here, there's a variety of different levels, right? You need all the players. You need the income and you need the time. So they weigh both things. And Ram is saying is 100%, right? We looked at dark side territory battles as our vacation. Tell me not. You, Heinze, would get off and everybody would get off and there's no Discord and you would decompress, right? It's like, yep. TW was here. It was a tough war. Man, I was up for 48 hours doing all this stuff like that. You've seen how at the top end it does this. You know how that goes. Ram, you're in a high middle. You're in the middle high. You know when there's a war that you can actually do a win or something like that. It's like, well, we're going to get material this time. We're going to play. That's tough. The conquest is like, well, I got to do conquest. You can decompress, right? All right, I got to go spend an hour doing conquest. Now, nobody likes it, and nobody likes it. I know there's one guy maybe.
Well, you just put on auto.
But you don't.
I've done one battle.
That's what I mean. But that's what I'm talking about. But you literally need everybody. And if it's not for everybody, then it's not for anybody because you need to take that into account. But Heinze, here's a perfect example. There's a guy, I'm not going to give the name, but all of a sudden he was basically semi-retired. But I'm like, I'll help you figure it out, but you need to come back.
Yeah.
And he's like, yeah, I got to come back. And his reason for coming back, I can't miss out.
Yeah.
And it's things like that fear of missing out, it lives and breathes, right? Right. But it's like, you need to hear everybody's voice. And today's panel or whatever it is a good example of that. The guy saying, I can't stand this. What are you doing? And why do you keep doing it? Why do you keep recycling that? You need to hear that person. They're not listening to the entire player base. There needs to be one from each branch to come up and say, here's what it is. Because even the whales and the krakens are not coming up and saying, yay, this is great for 99 relic 9s. Nobody is saying, that's a great idea. We should do that.
I haven't got the most.
No.
I mean, TJ and I are up and about. We've got, you know, high end accounts. You know, I mean, that's no, you know, surprise, right? I mean, look, just to give people an idea, and probably about 10 of mine are sub goals, so they're not amazing. But you know, if you need 99 relic 9s to participate across phase 6, I myself at the moment, which is a higher end account, not a Kraken, but you know, it's up there. I've got 33. I have a third of what's required, just total wise right now, at my level, just to give people an idea on relic 9s, like what are floating around. So,
but yours is from goals and things like that are fun for the chat.
There's probably about 9 or 10 of those, which some of them are going to be handy now, but we never thought they would be.
But you're looking at things that are fun for a streamer who's getting paid or something along those lines. The average player, an R9 Ugna, are you kidding me? You're going to come out with these, unless, and Grid is 100% right, unless they have a serious plan to alleviate all the way up to Relic 9. I get they have this grand whatever strategy that they're going to do.
Yep.
Unless they have a strategy all the way up to the top of the chain that puts it out to where it's achievable for everybody. And that includes the free-to-play. So that's a free-to-play guild. That's everybody else. Unless there's a way to do that, there's nothing they can do to make this better.
Let me just put this in perspective real quick, okay? Just in perspective.
Yeah.
The top guy in the game with over 12 million GP, Chiss Empire in Mall.
Yep.
39 Relic 9s.
Well, there you go. I got 33, so I'm close enough.
Just putting that in perspective, right? DJ is saying 99 to do Sector 5 and 6. He has 39, and he is the top GP in the game.
Yep. Biggest account in the game. Well, there you go. So it just goes to show how far down the line we are.
Oh, I was just going to say real quick on top of that, because I find it so funny that this whole last, 7-year celebration thing that they're doing, they're like, oh, we're so excited. It's 7 years. That's obviously it is. That's a massive achievement. And then they're like, all this stuff about like, there's all these new players and we're trying to make the game accessible. Like there's all these people who are coming up. It's really difficult to catch up on 7 years of content. So you know what? We've doubled the gear. And you're like, okay, but like, dude, come on. Like, so you're all excited for new players coming to the game, but then you're going to release this new content that those people will not see for probably another 7 years.
Yep. Yeah.
Like, doubling the gear is not going to get them there. That's not it. And especially because you didn't even double the freaking gear that goes towards relics. Like, you actually nerf that intentionally so it doesn't influence relics. So this has nothing to... These people will never see this content probably in their gaming career. Like, unless they go and drop several tens of thousands of dollars very quickly and pull out a loan against their house in order to be able to freaking pay for all this stuff, to be able to actually play this content. Because, like, how cool does it sound? Go and do the Rise of the Empire, Order 66. How cool is that? In like 6 years? Like, I don't get it. Make content that people can play. Jesus Christ, is it that difficult? Like, or make a TB that has not phases like how they're talking about them now, but like tiers. Like, go and play Order 66 TB, but like there's tiers 1 through 5 or whatever, and then the power like scales with it. So like if
like a ladder.
you actually want to, I don't know, play the freaking new game mode that just came out, sure, nerf the rewards and all that good fun stuff, make it easier, but like you could actually play it. At this point, I'm so sick of playing this game just for the rewards. Like, I want to play the game. This game is all about now like this min-max attitude of like, you have to get to this thing so that you can get this thing, and the rest of it, nobody cares. It doesn't matter. I'm like, I want to play the game, dude. Can I just play the game? And it's like, no, you can't. You're not allowed to play the game as a game anymore. You have, you can, but then you're going to get left in the dust. So then you don't get to play the game anyways. Like, it makes no sense. All of this just makes no sense to me.
There's no point creating a game mode that people can't play.
Yeah. Why are we doing that?
Yeah.
Whoops.
It's strange. No, it's strange. Quick comment on Reva, people. She's going to be full on. TJ, you've checked it out. Let us know what you think, mate. But she's going to be pretty disgusting when she drops.
Dude, equivalent to a multi-GL killer in GAC. Tying off what they've been doing, so they're putting in TB, the new GAC killer. That's going to take everybody, and it's going to destroy JMK, right? Like that wholeheartedly just JMK is done when it comes to Reva, and I would assume JML, anything else Jedi, she is what the Inquisitors were supposed to be, and I'm sure that's what she was built to do. We just never got that piece of the puzzle, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you have to go to the new TB to get the new GAC character, which is your crystal income for the game. Okay. The logic is
so I just hope everybody followed that little loop right there.
I just want to make sure you understand that, right?
Yeah.
To make your crystals, you need Reva, which is in the new TB. don't think you won't need the Omicrons. So we need those materials, which you can get from the new TB mats as well. You get one, which is really generous of them. Yeah, the one was good. That was a good thing. You need her for your GAC to get your crystal income. So as long as you get that, so do new TB, get the GAC, get your crystals, and that could be anybody.
Okay.
That goes into how do you get that? That's TW.
So you need to do Territory Wars to get your Relic 9 mats, to then do TB to participate in TB to get Reaver, to use
GAC.
Reaver in GAC to get your crystals.
And you get your crystals.
But then you need to win GAC to get crystals to level up characters to be able to play and compete in Territory Wars, to be able to get Relic 9 materials, to be able to play TB, to be able to get Reva, to be able to be successful in GAC.
Hashtag logic.
And the circle continues. Guys, thanks very much for a great chat. Really, really appreciate it. It was good to get your reactions. Grid, it's great to have you back around, mate. We missed you, brother. It's great to have you back on, of course.
It's good to be back. What a fun episode to come back on, too.
Nothing but heart, sunshine and rainbows, mate. It's good to have you back straight on.
I'm glad to see literally nothing has changed.
Yep, no, absolutely. No, that's it, because Rambam's still a flog. Thanks, brother. Appreciate it. It's great to have you on as well. And, of course, TJ looking swole AF. As you would expect, ladies and gentlemen. Comments, all that fun stuff. Let us know what you guys think about the new TB. Are you going to be in it? You're going to enjoy it? Could you not give us stuff about it? Give us your opinion, of course. Thumbs up. All the emojis. Chuck in a poop emoji as well if you really, really want to.
Poop emoji.
Yeah, definitely put that in there if you really, really want. You know, not that one. Maybe this one. Who knows? Let's go, guys. We'll see you on the next video.
Oh, yeah. Wait, no. You got to flush down the toilet.
Yeah, you got
to flush down the toilet.
Flush the toilet to end the game.
Bye, everyone.
Yeah.